Welcome to Psych with Sigmund, the podcast, where we explore the fascinating world of psychology and uncover the secrets of the human mind. I'm your host, Sigmund, and today we're going to delve into the life and work of Anna Freud, a pioneer in the field of psychoanalysis. As we begin our journey into the world of Anna Freud, let's start with a simple question. What is Anna Freud? In everyday language, Anna Freud refers to the daughter of Sigmund Freud, the founder of psychoanalysis. However, Anna Freud was more than just her father's daughter. She was a renowned psychologist in her own right, making significant contributions to our understanding of human development, child psychology, and psychoanalytic theory. Anna Freud's work emerged from the psychoanalytic tradition, which emphasizes the role of unconscious thoughts, feelings, and memories in shaping our behavior. Her theoretical background is rooted in her father's work, but she also drew on the ideas of other prominent psychologists, such as Melanie Klein and Heinz Hartmann. One of the key concepts that Anna Freud developed was the idea of defense mechanisms, which are psychological strategies that people use to cope with stress, anxiety, or other forms of emotional distress. For example, imagine a child who has just experienced a traumatic event, such as a car accident. To cope with the emotions that follow, the child might use a defense mechanism like denial, where they refuse to acknowledge or talk about what happened. This can be a temporary and adaptive way for the child to deal with their feelings, but if it becomes a long-term pattern, it can hinder their ability to process and integrate the experience in a healthy way. Anna Freud's work on defense mechanisms has been extensively researched and supported by empirical evidence. Studies have shown that people who use more adaptive defense mechanisms, such as sublimation or humor, tend to have better mental health outcomes than those who rely on less adaptive mechanisms, like denial or projection. Additionally, research has demonstrated that early childhood experiences, including attachment styles and parental relationships, can shape an individual's defense mechanism repertoire. One notable example of Anna Freud's concepts in action is the case of Robbie, a 6-year-old boy who was referred to therapy after experiencing a traumatic event. Robbie had become withdrawn and isolated, refusing to talk about his feelings or experiences. Through therapy, Robbie's therapist helped him recognize how he was using denial as a defense mechanism and gradually encouraged him to confront and process his emotions in a healthier way. Over time, Robbie began to open up and share his feelings with his therapist, eventually developing more adaptive coping strategies and improving his relationships with family and friends. Understanding Anna Freud's concepts can have a significant impact on our everyday lives. By recognizing how we use defense mechanisms, we can develop more effective strategies for managing stress and anxiety. For instance, if we're aware that we tend to use denial when faced with difficult emotions, we can make a conscious effort to confront and process those feelings in a healthier way. This can lead to improved mental health outcomes, stronger relationships, and a greater sense of emotional resilience. In therapeutic settings, Anna Freud's concepts are still widely used today. Psychoanalysts and psychodynamic therapists often use her ideas about defense mechanisms and ego development to help patients understand and work through their unconscious conflicts and emotions. For example, a therapist might help a patient recognize how they're using repression as a way of avoiding painful memories or emotions, and then work with them to develop more adaptive coping strategies. As we conclude our exploration of Anna Freud's life and work, I want to leave you with a thought-provoking insight. Our early experiences shape us in profound ways, but they don't define us. By understanding how we coped with stress and adversity as children, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and develop more effective strategies for managing our emotions and behaviors as adults. In fact, research has shown that individuals who have experienced trauma or adversity can still develop resilience and adaptive coping strategies later in life. This is often referred to as post-traumatic growth, where individuals are able to reframe their experiences and emerge stronger and more resilient as a result. That's all for today's Psych with Sigmund. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, may your ego find balance between pleasure and reality.